My first question.
It's a beautiful place. Beautiful what you've done with it.
Thank
Even
you so
the space.
much. Thank you so much. So, not many years have passed since you invested in Omonia. Back then, the area was much less friendly than it is today. How do your investments help the development of each area, and what is the state's contribution to all this?
Good question. Yeah, when we arrived, Omonia was a no-go. Don't go there. Should I be so strong? I feel like I'm shouting.
Maybe a little bit louder.
In any case, Omonia was like the area, the non grata. You shouldn't go there. And we said it's 7 minutes walking to Monastiraki, 10 minutes up to Sintagma. How could this be that the place is so dingy? And I'm happy that others follow suit. And I think that with Mignon coming in, and with so many we're talking now with great new companies like Mama Shelter of Accor, super cool Philip Stark design hotels. I think that this will really make a change, and I think that it will turn Omonia, as I said like 4 and 5 years ago, to the Soho of Athens. We shouldn't gentrify anyone. Omonia shouldn't be Kolonaki, but Omonia should be the coolest place, like the best place to go out. And I think we're on the way.
So it's the Soho of Athens, but no gentrification, just researching, finding what is best, and just promote it better.
Just feeling what Omonia has to offer. I don't think it should be posh. I don't think it should be snob. I don't think it should be a party place, a place to go out, and nightlife, lifestyle, a place for designers and architects and advertising agencies, like Meatpacking District in New York, like the Soho in London, like the Marais in Paris. Like a cool place to go. And happily, the Bakuyanis administration was super helpful. The ministry, the city, municipality officials, all of them were super supportive, and I'm looking forward to meet the new mayor. But the previous administration was very, very accommodating, and I'm very happy with the welcome we got.
Let's deep dive a little bit more in all these processes in order to go in that results. Some people say that urban regenerations should be including more stakeholders, and some others prefer institutional processes, even if they are highly bureaucratic and inefficient. What is your opinion?
I don't. I think it should come from grassroots. I think that hipster community guys should open up a cool lifestyle barbershop, and another squad of hipsters should turn into a great cafe that slowly will become better. But I think that we shouldn't turn Omonia into Disneyland. Omonia has a great character, a real earthy character. Some may say dingy, drug addicts and stuff. Let's put it on the table. But others say, wow, that's a place to grow. This is, otherwise, if everything will be, I don't know, Pagrati and Metz, and then there's no creativity there. So the place, the fact that there's still room to grow, real estate is not super expensive. You can find amazing neoclassical buildings or 70s modernist buildings and still do something with it because it's doable, it's affordable. That's cool, you know. And I don't think that we should bring huge investments and do it state-owned. On the contrary, it should come from the grassroots of creativity, and then it will become real, you know.
So I have just noticed a very interesting sweet spot between this earthy character that you mentioned, which is very appealing to your customers, and also the great architecture, which is something over and above for everyone, both you as an investor, but also the visitors, plus the affordability. But let's go to your customers mostly.
We don't have customers, we have guests.
Your guests. I like this much better. So, what are the biggest challenges that the city has to face to safeguard this sustainable allure the Omonia reflects to your global guests?
So infrastructure is the main thing. Put aside bureaucracy, you can find bureaucracy everywhere. We operate in Cyprus, Germany, Croatia, Israel. It's bureaucratic everywhere. So I'm not afraid of bureaucracy. But right now, as much as Omonia progressed and moved forward, it's still the drug addict capital of Greece. Come on, we can't hide it. Okay. It is what it is. Right next to the mayor's office, right opposite the police station of Omonia. It still happens. And the thing is not to push them somewhere else. Because this is, if you push them, then another neighborhood will suffer. The thing is the idea is to create some kind of a comprehensive way of dealing with it. And everybody's trying. I know that everybody's trying, but maybe we should try harder. Just pushing them with force, we should see why they're doing it and how do we tackle this. It's a social problem, and together with the Ministry of Social Welfare and the municipality and police together. I met with the police commissioner, and I talked to him about right opposite your station, and he says, I'm not pissed at them. I want a big fish. I want the dealers, not the poor guys that are, overdosing because they have tough life. I want the dealers. I want to talk, and this is a lot of intelligence, a lot of background checking, lighting up the entire area, and making sure that these guys, that they're part of our community as Athenians. We should take care of them. We should find them suitable solutions to their. It's a social problem, and it won't happen in a day, but over a decade, same as New York did, and same as other places, not just by force. So don't OD here, OD there. Let's take care of less OD and more other areas of social welfare.
What you say is very interesting because indeed, brown hotels have really made Omonia feel like a much safer place. And for most of people, it's not so regular to think that someone who does business is also genuinely interested in resolving and contributing to making things better to such a huge problem such as criminality.
The reason is me not being the investor. I'm the hotelier. So I'm bringing investors from all over the world. Yeah, we own some of our hotels ourselves, but we bring hoteliers, investors from all over Europe, and we show them how amazing, vibey, cool, buzzy Athens is, and what's the huge potential Athens has to offer. So it starts from love, from passion. We fall in love with it, and then we translate it to spreadsheets and all those boring things, and then into figures and numbers and ROI, and then we bring them. And at Brown, we always believed in our social place in society. Wherever we started, it changed the environment. We never import interior designers. We never import chefs. We never import ingredients or we try not to buy in China, but to buy either locally here in Europe or in the neighboring countries. But it's not only lowering the carbon emission, the cost, but it's also just more local. When I came here, everybody told me about marble and Marmara, and then I have a great product from China. Great marble from China. What? We're in the capital of marble in the Mediterranean, maybe in the world. Should we import marble from China because it's 1 year or less? Let's find maybe a different marble, maybe a different type of, maybe more veins, maybe less Nero Marquina, more of that. And I think that by being more local, more community driven, you can reach great things. You can do great things. And wherever we go, we try to immerse in the community and be part of it. So my poor Greek is not a good example for it, but I understand, so you cannot gossip behind my back. I'm starting. My family speaks Greek already, and you'll see next year I'll be able to gibberish a little bit here or there. But being part of the community, loving the community, not trying to patronize over the community you're in. Doesn't matter if you're in Cyprus, Croatia, even Germany. We're located in Hamburg in the north, in Cologne in the south, great areas. We try to bring people from the neighboring 10, 15 kilometers around, you know?
So you're a part of the community, and you're also a visionary who knows how to promote an area to investors.
Right.
And at the same time, you play an active role in engaging architects and companies that use local materials, giving an example how all this can work as an ecosystem together. I would like to have one of your comments, one comment of yours, for making a new hotel in the wild side of Athens near Omonia. And I'm referring to the area near the National Theatre. So I know a couple of people who are really afraid to walk over there at the moment, and still you dare to introduce this area to your guests.
You know, Brown Cubic is located in the, it was an existing hotel that we bought, and my partner said, yeah, let's renovate it immediately, but it was a beautiful hotel. And we tried to do a certain collaboration with the National Theatre. And funny enough, they were not super cooperative. We said, let's create a theater, not a theater-like, but something inspired. Let's have art by it with old vintage pictures, and it didn't work. So now we're trying a different target. You know, you're right. If you cross Piraeus Street, you're at the butt, mind my French, of Psyri. Mm-hmm. You're like 4 minutes away from Psyri. Hello? This is for me, it's the best location. Yeah, you need to cross a little bit of Bangladeshi area, which is, you know, has a character in itself. And if the city will take this area and will assist local business owners to create Bangladeshi restaurants and maybe Bangladeshi markets, you know, it's interesting. This is part of the multi-culti globalization world we're heading into. And I think that if you patronize over this area, then yeah, it's dirty now, it's not. But if the municipality will do something with it and create some kind of maybe just a little bit of covering for the rain, for them to create markets, maybe incentivize them with lower a municipal tax for the first couple of years if you open a restaurant that will be Western, I mean, open for everyone. I think this can be an interesting part. For us, I'm not afraid of it. From a 5 minutes, could be a little bit unpleasant walk to Psyri. 5 minutes to Omonia, 5 minutes to the Stanley Hotel and the square. I think there's no way it will not come up. I believe in Gazi, I believe in Keramikos. All that area of the Technopolis must go up, must improve. Just cannot be. So many amazing things are happening there that, you know, and you can actually walk from Omonia, you can actually walk from Psyri, you can walk from Keramikos. I'm sure this area will go up. It'll take 1, 2, 3, 4 years, but we'll make it.
As you said before, Omonia is no Disneyland, and you just mentioned a multicultural environment that thrives near Omonia. Yet there are some people who believe that Athens has become a touristic Disneyland as a whole. Do you agree with that? Is this happening? And if it does, is it good or bad?
Listen, it's natural that Plaka, some areas in Plaka are touristy. You know, what can you do? It's why is public putting so much effort in covering their building in Syntagma with such a beautiful, attractive lighting? You know, we love it. It's part of who we are as human beings. So I don't think it's something bad. I just think that this fear of over-tourism, of Disneyland, what happened in Barcelona, we're so far away from it. You know, Athens has 20 more good years before it even scratches the Disneyland vibe of Barcelona. And I think that you can still find in the center of the city great family-owned tavernas, great small craftsmanships and shops and arts and craft areas. And I think that we're far away from it. We're not into the Disneyland area. I think that Greece has, and Athens has, really good vibe. Listen, out of 34, 35 million visitors a year, Athens attracts only 6. If we, you know, if you take the balance of 28 million, and if you bring only 5%, 1.4 million visitors a year, we're not even scratching the potential. And it'll be good for everyone. I live in Athens. I don't want, you know, traffic is so I'm sure that the municipality will find the ways to limit entry with cars. I drive my Vespa in the city, and it's the best. But I'm sure that 10 years from now we will have more bicycle lanes in the city. I'm taking my bike with my family to Piraeus, like every month, twice a month, and there are some great bicycle lanes, and then it stops. So there's like a 250 meters where it stops. Those challenges will be met. I'm positive. The Greek government and the Athenian municipality is in the right way. I'm not afraid of over-tourism. I'm not afraid of Disneyland. I'm not afraid of being too populist. I think that Greeks, well, the Greek people are very proud, and they should be very well. I mean, well deserved. I think that Greece has so much to offer. Athens has so much to offer. We're far away from over-tourism. I really think that we can reach. Greece has potential to reach Spain and France in terms of amount of visitors, number of visitors, and I think that we can double the amount of visitors in Athens without really damaging our lifestyle, our quality of life as Athenians.
So you have mentioned sustainable mobility, and it is pretty clear that you don't believe in hyper-tourism. That brings the conversation to a slightly different topic, and this is the national goals that Greece and the government has when we speak about tourism. One very important goal is to attract travelers with the potential to spend more. I would like to know a couple of things about your segments at Brown Hotels.
So it's so easy to think of, okay, let's build a new complex in Ellinikon and bring one and only and the existing Four Seasons in Astir Palace and the best. And it's good to have those high-end because you need something to aspire, you need something to look up to. But I must say that what's beautiful about the Greek market is that you have Michelin restaurants and you have tavernas and you have everything in between. This is where we're trying to go. Brown is built or revolves around the lifestyle and experiential segments, and we believe that today this 3, 4, 5 stars scale is obsolete, and we're trying to create a little bit different metrics where you also think of old-fashioned versus trendy. So Grand Bretagne is the #1 hotel, and everybody bows, and it's beautiful and classic and wonderful, wonderful, really. But some people want the local feel. Some people want a little bit more homey, boutique-y feel. Some people want more exciting neighborhoods. Some people want a different budget. Some people want to have lofts. So all this experiential and the large variety, this is what we're trying to do. From the Brown, the middle of the road, 4 stars brand, which is vintagey and 70s inspired, and you'll hear all 70s and Americana tunes, maybe up to Amy Winehouse, not more. And then underneath you have a lot of flea market things, and underneath we'll have the Dave, the son of a Brown, the cool version, the hipster party place. We're doing together with Six Dogs some of the parties and other bar lines, and then on top we have the Lighthouse, the work hard, play harder, the 4 stars Brown Beach House, and the villas. The villas are you know, intimate and beautiful. They're not huge money makers, but they allow us to be very creative. And then on top, we do the 5-star islas. Isla Brown Chania, Isla Brown in Corinthia, and now we develop more islas. So this allows us to really look at places that are maybe remote, maybe super central, maybe super high-end, maybe a beautiful neoclassical place, but without an elevator. Still, we can do something in it. A new development or just a conversion. So I think that being a collection and not a chain, not a cookie cutter, but something that is a bit more experiential and boutique-ish is maybe the way. This is how we think of target markets and not just of hotels. We think of our guests and how do we give them the right experiences.
So your guests want it all as long as it is authentic, from the classical things to the really modern ones. One last question, since time is a bit excuse me, restricted. In what ways can such a huge segment of travelers inspire you to help the local community grow?
That's a great question. How do we immerse in the community? How we're not, you can see now behind me, this is a show reel of our ads. Everything was done here in Greece. Everything was done here in Athens. All the actors, directing, screenplay, the ads were done and conceived here in Athens. So being part of this community, this is something that is super important for us. And I think that if we bring something fresh to this community, lifestyle, nightlife, being very soulful, you know, there's something very polite about the Greek hospitality, but sometimes I'm afraid of politeness. You know, this American thing of this fake smile of, hi, how are you? I'm really trying to get away with it, to getting away from it, and to be as Greek local hospitality as possible. So I think that immersing ourselves in the community, trying not to patronize over anyone, bringing along good partners like you guys, apropos, and trying to host guests not only that are staying in the hotel for overnight, but for the spas, for the events, for the tattoo studios we have in the hotels, for parties, for just private celebrations, to have your wedding, I think that being for a photo shoot before the wedding, you know, for everything you need to do, we would like to give you a full answer for that. And I think that we're on the way. I mean, we have such a huge road ahead. We didn't scratch the surface. I don't know half of the islands yet. But I think that Gazi is the place that we would like to explore. I think that Kermikos is a place. I think that Metz is an area that we would like to explore. And I think for us Athenians, this collaboration between the private market, but the people that are coming from within, like to bring visionaries, that they will bring investors. I mean, those huge investment banks that are doing now tenders and buildings are left untouched for like 10 years, because maybe in 10 years it will be billion. It's not good for the city. We should start from small, property by property, building by building, experience by experience, and do it from grassroots, and then the community will grow together.
Calling yourself Athenian is definitely very emotional, and thank you so much for being here, sharing your vision and your knowledge.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.